Yo, what's the deal, fam? Recently, I did a poll asking you whether or not you were still playing Eaze's and Buck Wild's project, Truth Be Told. And the majority of you stated, nah, it's no longer in your rotation. But that's not what I want to talk about. There was a comment in particular that made me sit down and think for a little bit. And the comment was by Inspector, and he stated, has Eeze truly ever dropped a classic album or just great songs? I'll go with the latter. I'm going to state, I believe it's a classic, but this is not one of those no-brainer situations to where you have to believe it's a classic. I can totally understand why someone would say it isn't. First off, we need to develop a criteria. But one thing that cannot be part of the criteria is perfection. Some songs you're not going to like. Because if that's the case, this album will be disqualified. Because Your World Don't Stop and I Feel For You, when those records come on, I skip them. That's just me. Your World Don't Stop, the hook, I don't like the vocal tone on whoever's singing it. It's irritating. I don't like it. But it doesn't mean that the other songs surrounding it aren't great. So let's get back to the criteria. For me, when I'm thinking of a classic album, it has to be like 4 main points. Got to have impact. And impact is not so much record sales, right? Have to be impactful. The musical quality and or innovation. Doesn't have to be both, but I believe that one of the two should be present in that particular project. Cultural influence, or just influence. That's fine. I go with influence. And enduring popularity. Impact, coming off the heels of his historic verse on Illmatic, Life's a Bee. And to follow it up with his own single, Sugar Hill. He got records on it. It may not be smash hits, but they were impactful. Think about that. I think he definitely exceeded expectations in the sense that he proved to everyone that he wasn't a one-trick pony, in the sense that he only had one great verse and that would be it. Throughout the entire album, whether it was flow, delivery, cadence, subject matter, he delivered. So I'll give him that. It was very impactful. Influence. I would say mafioso rap, right? And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, that kind of started with G-Rap. I'll give you that, but it hadn't been done this way. Hadn't been done this way. The way he was spitting, even the production choices, even something as simple as the tempo of those beats almost made it seem like he was talking to you in a sense, like you visualize. At points, the album felt like a movie. It wasn't chaotic. He had his own pace. And this kind of birth album was like Reasonable Doubt, right? Although the content matter may not be the same, the overall talk and direction has some similarities. As far as innovation goes, you got elite lyricism, you have cohesive, top-notch production, a distinct voice. You can never say Eeze sounded like anyone. And especially at that time, right? That's not an easy thing to do. He just made it look that way. As far as popularity goes, enduring popularity goes, I believe this album checks that box, you know. It stood the test of time. When you speak of albums from around that time, the 90s, Do or Die comes up a lot. And the people that I know that play this record, they just press play and let it run. It means something to them. It means something to them. And there's a certified reason for that, or reasons. The production, the writing, the flow, the originality, the uniqueness, like all of it was there. So in my estimation, Do or Die is a classic. It has some skips on it, but I believe it's a classic record. But I can understand why someone wouldn't feel that way. Also, if someone says something isn't a classic, it doesn't mean that they're saying that the record is whack. They just don't have it in the upper echelon of records. And I can understand that too. Kind of like when Deion Sanders stated that there needs to be different rooms in the Hall of Fame, because although some are Hall of Famers, some did it at a totally different level. But let me know in the comment section what you think. Eaze's Do or Die. Is it a classic record? 1, do you believe it has any skips? If so, let me know in the comment section. And if you believe there's 0 skips, put 0 down there as well. Shout out to Inspector for the comment. It's your man Eeze at TheEezeExperience. Go get yours. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Eeze.